Well, another day, another Smash video. Let's get this out of the way. If you like my videos, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. We are less than a month away now. I can't wait to sink my teeth into that new adventure mode. But let's talk about something that's gotten a lot of discussion. The Legend of Zelda. Without a doubt, it's one of Nintendo's three biggest franchises, along with Mario and Pokemon. As such, in a game about Nintendo's All-Stars, it makes sense for Link, Zelda, and Ganon to be represented in Smash Bros. But, well, as shown by my last video about how Fire Emblem has a little too much representation, does Zelda have too little? Well, let's go back to the first Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. At the time, Ocarina of Time is only a year old, so Link looks as he does in Ocarina of Time, with the stage representation to boot. Fair enough. Every game had only one representation, except for Mario and Pokemon, which had two reps each. Then we cut to Melee 2 years later. In addition to Link returning, we have Zelda rocking her Ocarina of Time look, and Sheik, who she could turn into. Rounding up the representation, we have Ganondorf, who is strangely a clone of Captain Falcon, supposedly because he was added super late into development, and that's why his moveset has always been Dark Captain Falcon, despite the fact that in Ocarina of Time he has plenty of moves that he could do for himself. I mean, he's a dark sorcerer. Be more creative than that. And we have Young Link, who basically represents Majora's Mask. We even have a stage representing Majora's Mask, and one stage that represents all of Legend of Zelda in general. So in total, that's 5 characters. Not bad. Keep in mind at the time, Majora's Mask was the most recent 3D Zelda game, so it made sense that they would draw from that. Now comes Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In that time span of 7 years since Melee was released, several Zelda games came out. But let's focus on the two major ones, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. It's no surprise that due to the game being the most recent one, Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf all have their Twilight Princess appearances, and Sheik is based on an unused concept from that game. In replacement of Young Link, we have Toon Link, who basically represents Wind Waker. New stages to Brawl are Elden Bridge and Pirate Ship, which represent Twilight Princess and Wind Waker respectively. All in all, not bad. Still, we had other representatives in the form of assist trophies, who all come from the most recent games at the time. Then we hit Super Smash Bros. 4. Pretty much all the characters who were in Brawl return, and not much else is added. Through DLC, we did get the Hyrule Castle stage back, so we have a stage representing Ocarina of Time, while Pirate Ship was also added back via DLC, while Elden Bridge remained. Strangely enough, Link and Zelda kept their Twilight Princess looks instead of going with their Skyward Sword looks, which did get represented in the new stage Skyloft. Girahim is an assist trophy, despite the fact that he probably could have and should have been playable. There's also a stage representing Spirit Tracks on the 3DS version. This ties into the problem. While the Zelda representation was getting smaller, Fire Emblems was going up. Playing Hyrule Warriors really got to show how rich and diverse Zelda's cast of characters is. Midna, Zant, Girahim could all be playable if they were given fleshed out movesets. So all these characters definitely deserve to be playable in some way. Why couldn't Hilda be Zelda's Echo Fighter? Well, while Zelda is lacking in the playable characters department, there are now a lot of stages that represent many different Zelda games. Well, with a new stage representing Breath of the Wild, all I can say is maybe DLC will fix this problem to an extent. People thought Skull Kid was coming, but it doesn't look like he is. I do think it's a shame. Zelda is such a rich and vast series. It deserves more of a presence in Smash. So let's hope Sakurai is listening, and will give the famous series about an elf boy and elf girl the attention it deserves in such a big Nintendo crossover game. And that's all I'm saying.